Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon. Come a little closer. This is the Circle of 12. It is a visualization of reality. It's the same that happened to tonight's miracle moment, individual called Dean. Dean experienced something that we had created together called the green mist. Part channel, part meditation. It's a visualization that many of you have seen. And in the visualization, you're invited to become real. To become real in an area that is unreal. And in that, Dean participated in 7 angels. And what was discovered was that it made a difference. That it was placed in a way on Dean that he knows they were there. And he feels them even now, over a year later. This is the same effect, dear ones, that we say can be with you in the Circle of 12. The green mist was patterned, again, patterned after that, which is the Circle of 12. You go to an area that is multidimensional and you meet those with energies you didn't expect that are actually part of your life. How do you feel about that? The members here, they've done this many times. Some of the members have done it from the beginning. You have over 200 of these episodes where you've gone to the other side of the veil and felt energies just for you. Some who are newer have only done it a few times. But each time, dear ones, can be real as it gets for you, because the dimensionality that we visit is actually here. You don't travel to many dimensions. What you do is simply alter yourself to experiencing them. Did I tell you before that all humanity sits in multidimensionality? It's just that you only experience 3 to 4. Some of you who are peeling the onion of that reality peel away the restrictions, and suddenly you find yourself in these other dimensionalities. That's what the Circle of 12 is for. A little different tonight. Take my hand. Let's go there and find out. Cross this multidimensional bridge that we always do into an energy that is spectacular for you. Spectacular in peacefulness, in love. I wish there were more words for you, for love. In my partner's language, I would give them all to you at once. And you could see how spectacular it truly is. To be adored, to be loved, to be held by all that which I will say is spiritual family. There's nothing like it. Some of you have experienced it in the 3D, in the 4D. And tonight, I want you to experience it while you're here. I want you to experience it with me. I want you to paint a picture of reality. This is real. This is real. This is real. And in this place called your soul, I want you to just wander around just a little bit. What's really here? And the answer is everything that I don't understand. But it's everything that is home. Can you suspend the fact that it's just a little unusual for a moment and just feel the energy that Spirit has for you? Can you feel that love? I'm asking you to suspend belief and go to the core, which you know is true, that you are loved by Spirit. Go through that door that we often do. It's individual for you and this soul, where you go into yet another space. And in this place, you can paint it any way you want to in your mind. I want you to see 7 figures coming towards you in a beautiful way. Now, this seems similar to something we might have done recently, and it is. But you're not going to learn anything tonight. But you can experience something that all of you need, every single one. Humanity is starting to broach a new energy that is going to feel different for all of you. Some of you have expected it as it comes along, as you move into this new timeline. As that train of yours goes onto a new track instead of circling an old energy, where history will be new and not a repeated one, where you create things that have never been created before. That is new. You go into energy that even the astrologers have claimed there's nothing like this. Nothing has been seen like this in your lifetime or others' lifetimes before you. That is how different this particular energy is, and you're being launched into this new year, which is just the first of many new years of new energy on a new track. How does that feel? You need help. You really do. And in that, I tell you, it has always been available. And not one of you has to bow down and ask for it. It is within your soul. It always has been, and here it is. Those figures who approach, you may not see their faces, you don't have to. I want you to sit down in the chair, much like you are right now. Much like you are right now in this visualization. I just want you to sit there. I would love for you to close your eyes. And in this, we invite these angelic beings of the future to come forward and start to touch you, your shoulders, your head, your torso, in loving ways, to hold your hands perhaps. And you start to feel the incredible energy that is going into you right now. Do you give permission for this? Do you give permission for this? Do you give permission for this? If you said yes, let this healing begin to help you move into a future that you think is uncertain, and I will tell you it is, because it's not like the old energy. And in order to do that, you suspend fear, you suspend doubt, you suspend worry. In some ways, you're all singing the victory song as you go, the song we just described in this very teaching today. A beautiful, heroic song that says, I belong here. I'm not afraid of what's next. Let these angels imbue into you right now everything you need to accomplish this. Some of you have been asking for this. Dear Spirit, let me survive this time. Dear Spirit, show me what it is I need to know. All of that culminates right now. This is the answer. You sit here and let these imbue into you this kind of new effect, new energy, new dispensation, new anything you want. It just is a multidimensionality that you haven't had before, and it's all given to you so you can tank up and move into this year, next year's. All this that we are telling you is new for you. Dear ones, I want you to stay here and feel this being just for you. These angelic beings are for you. They have your name on them as you have their name on you. They are part of your soul team, you might say, and they're here for you for this energy of this time. They've expected you to come. Tonight, today, whenever you watch and hear this, they've expected you right now. Can you smile in that? Can you touch your heart in that? Thank you for this. Thank you for this that I've been waiting for. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. Stay and enjoy this which you deserve. And so it is.
someone be healed instead of you, they be healed because of you. That, for me, shifts everything completely. And why not have 2 miracles instead of 1? In fact, why not have 1,000 miracles instead of 1, or 1,000,000 miracles instead of 1? So let's now be that miracle for ourselves and take some time out now to just unwind from the day, whatever it is that has happened in your day. Let's take a moment to be in gratitude that we get to be here on this planet, experiencing the multitude of things that come in the expression of love. Because we're here as part of a test of love. So, what are the tests of love that have come your way? Perhaps think about things that may not have looked like a test of love at the time they happened, but you've come to realize now in the fullness of time of that experience that you did indeed have a choice as to where you would take that test of love, and you took the higher ground and you found a higher plane, a higher awareness of that love test. And perhaps there's people that come into our lives that may be pushing our buttons. But maybe that little push on the button is another part of a love test. And if we can be on the higher ground and have that miracle aha moment for ourselves, I recognize this as a love test. And perhaps that miracle you have for yourself becomes 2 miracles. Because when you recognize that love test, it also changes that second person. That with free choice, they may also see that it has been a love test for them. And now there are 2 miracles that are unfolding. And so let us just acknowledge that Spirit loves us so much, knows us so well, that we are always being given love in the face of every situation we encounter. And so in the energy of love, let us now invite Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. This is Kryon on Magnetic Service. It always is. I talk to you about love. I talk to you about compassion. I talk to you about the times and the energy that is changing. The meditation is saying, take the higher ground, take the love test. Do you see what the message is? It's always about love. The word has been used so commonly that you're truly not aware of the impact, the profundity of the love of the Creator for you, or that which has been put inside you in these days so that you might take that higher ground. I say this because this is indeed still a channeling in January, and that means we are still celebrating the New Year. It's the New Year celebration month, January 2023. We have covered several aspects of a New Year celebration, of what you might do that you would be a little different for you. That you might do something that would be not just different for you, but something you've never done. in the attitude of the new year. We started by telling you some weeks ago that we realize this is a celebration of a calendar year. It is a new year for you, not for everyone, for there are many different kinds of calendars, but it's very common in your society. And so let's go all the way with it. Let's carry it even to another level. This is a new energy on the planet, and the majority of those listening here are old souls. My partner has explained old souls many times to you, and he did that just a moment ago. It is a recognition of a human being who's been through many lifetimes on the planet, like a school, indeed, and comes out with a little higher consciousness, knowing a little more than they did the first time around, or the second, or the third. The light worker is the same. These terms are used synonymously. My partner also rightfully said that there is a new energy here that says what the old soul does is starting to be seen and acknowledged by those who are at a lower level, perhaps, in that Akashic lineage. They haven't been here as many times. And what my partner said is this new thing that he is starting to see is that they can absorb the wisdom, starting to see the compassion of those who are wiser, and start to learn from those while they're on earth, rather than having to go through cycle after cycle and coming back. This is new. This would be perhaps controversial to those who say, well, it always has worked a certain way, therefore it never changes. And that's not accurate. This new energy has changed the very system, if you want to call it that we look at. For those who are gaining knowledge and how they do it, and how wisdom is transferred, and how love is seen. What if this particular New Year's celebration, you ask yourself something perhaps you've never asked yourself before? Number one, the energy is different here, and it's never been like this as long as you've lived. 2023, the energy has never been like this as long as you've lived, no matter how many lifetimes you've lived. Therefore, instead of having a New Year's resolution or planning something that would then go into that same train track or that same path as you've always done before, there is an acknowledgement it's a different train, it's a different path, it's a different ocean, as we have said, for any boats going on it. It's a different energy. So you cannot navigate the new energy like you did the old. But the old soul knows what to do. What is it that would make this energy better for others? What if this New Year's resolution time right now, this particular channel, was you saying, what can I do to enhance the rest of humanity in this new ocean that we're going to float a new boat? Now, that came from the Circle of 12 some weeks ago. What is it I can do for that new train track, which has just been put here to go what has no history on it? Now, that just came from a couple of weeks ago. These are metaphors to going into a new energy that has never been experienced. What can you do, old soul? You have the tools. You know what to do. One of the reasons is because you've been in the old energy. You know what works, what doesn't work. You also have seen what we've said over and over can change the planet. You have the power to send forward into this new energy. You have the power to send forward concepts that you already have as a human that are multidimensional and can be projected on that new train track. That's what you have. Now, the old souls who are listening to this right now, the light workers, can all do this. You wouldn't be tuned into this program otherwise. Honestly, you know how to do all these things. What are the few things you know that could change the world? If you could paint a broad picture of civilization, and you could place upon that broad picture concepts that you know how to do, what would they be? In an older energy, when somebody comes up to you and they don't like you or calls you a name, in an old energy, the instant is a reflex of defense. But the old soul, over many lifetimes, has learned something different. They don't respond with defense. They look at it, and they know something is wrong within the person who is telling them or calling them a name, that they're upset. And so rather than having a defense, there's immediate compassion. It's almost like, we're sorry you're having a bad day. Do you see how this is turned around? An old soul would do that? What is this? What do you call this? Tolerance, perhaps? Kindness, perhaps? Wisdom, perhaps? Take that one thing that you see there and say, I project this into the future because I can, because I'm an old soul here for that reason. I take and put this on that new train. Tolerance, wisdom. I project this kind of wise reaction like a master would have, would come with the new energy for 2023. Just a little more of it would help everyone. What are other concepts that you know would change the planet if more people had them? We have given you them over and over. A higher consciousness, well, that's just a little obtuse. It's a higher thing to say. So let's give attributes. Number one, compassion. A more compassionate civilization where they look at one another and they emote. They're compassionate to one another and they have compassionate action toward each other because they love each other. So let's put compassion on that train. And you might say, as an old soul who has earned the right to do this, I put this compassion on this train and I send it forward for 2023. And you say, I can do that because this is my lineage. This is why I'm here. Let's pick up some more. As an old soul, I'm going to send more kindness. More kindness at the family level, all the way to government. More kindness is needed. And I push that into that train and hoping that it will blossom and become coherent and we'll see more and more of it. You see where we're going with this? You, old soul, listening to this, have the ability to do this. To push these things forward in a multidimensional way into 2023 so that your actions start making it a better year for others. Finally, the big one. You might say, Dear Spirit, I put love on that train. The kind of love that the Creator has for humanity. So people can stop and drop into their heart and calm themselves and understand that there's more than they were ever told, even without having anybody telling them that. That people would realize from this love that there's a grander, greater truth, a bigger one, perhaps, that they were told.